Hi there, this is Natasha. I'm a crochet tutor and designer at My Creative Butterfly. I design crochet patterns, courses, and classes from beginner till advanced level crocheters. I teach crochet through all these mediums not just as a hobby but also as a tool that will help you become more mindful in your day to day life. I have taught more than 2,500 students globally and I have been crocheting for more than 29 years now. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you like what you learned today, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so that you do not miss out on any of the new tutorials that I put out. In this tutorial today, I'll show you how to crochet these bold statement hoop earrings. These are very funky and will add a lot of style to any outfit. These are quick and easy to make, and these are suitable for advanced beginner to intermediate level crocheters. So let us see how to crochet them, and before that we will see the tools and materials that you will need to create these pretty earrings for yourself. So let us see the materials first. The first thing that you'll need is the thread. I'm using a size 10 100% cotton thread. You can use any color that you want. Then you'll need matching beads. You can use matching color or you can also use contrast color. So here I have these beads in 3 different sizes. These are 10 mm. You'll need 2 10 mm beads. Then you'll need 8 mm beads. Then 8 6 mm beads. So these are the 3 sizes of beads that you'll need. With this you'll need a 1.5 mm crochet hook. I'm using a Clover ergonomic crochet hook. Then I'm using hoops, wire hoops. These are around 1 3/4 inches in diameter. You can use a different size also if you want. Don't use smaller, you can use a bigger hoop size if you want. Then sharp pair of scissors for cutting off the thread. A tapestry needle for weaving in the ends for finishing off the hoop. And a plier for handling the wire of the hoop. So this is all the tools and materials that you'll need. Now let us get started with the crochet. Before we start crocheting, we need to put the beads through the hoop so that we can start with the crocheting part. So for doing that, we'll just straighten out this hook end of the hoop and then we'll start putting the beads in. So we'll start with the smallest bead. I'm just going to put in the 2 6 mm beads first. Now put in 2 8 mm beads. Now put the largest bead, that is the 10 mm one, in the center. Again put 2 8 mm beads and then 2 6 mm beads in the end. Now we'll just bend the end of the hoop again. So here our hoop is ready for crocheting. Now let us see how to do the crocheting part. Let us start with the crocheting. So take your thread, and we are not going to start with a slip knot because slip knot looks a little untidy when we'll finish it off. So we'll just start without doing a slip knot. You just hold the hoop like this in front of the thread. So remember that both the earrings have to be mirror images of each other. So if you are going to start one from this side that has the hook of the loop, then for the other earring start with the loop side, this loop that we have. So you'll start this way so that both the earrings are mirror images of each other. So when you wear them, they will look symmetrical. So this one I'll just start with the hook side and I'll remember this. So I'll start the next one from the loop side. I call this side of the hoop as the hook side because this is the hook that goes in this loop to close the hoop, and this is the loop, so this side is called the loop side. So to start, I'll directly start with a single crochet. So insert the hook under the loop and grab the yarn and do a single crochet stitch. We're not going to count this as a stitch, so we'll start again. Now do one more single crochet here. This will be your first single crochet stitch. Now we'll do 3 chains, slip the first bead closer to the work and then do a single crochet stitch again. Now do chain 4, do chain 3 again, pull the next 6-inch bead close to the work and do a single crochet on the other side of this bead. Now do chain 4. Now pull the next bead and do a single crochet on the other side of this. Again chain 4. Pull the next bead close, do a single crochet on the other side. Now do chain 5. Now pull the next bead close and a single crochet on the other side. So basically what we are doing is to cross the small bead, that is the 6 mm bead, we are doing chain 3. For 8 mm bead we did chain 4 and for the 10 mm bead we did chain 5. So again we have the 8 mm bead, so we are going to do 4 chains. And do one single crochet on the other side. Again 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, single crochet on the other side of the bead, then 3 chains, one single crochet, again 3 chains and one single crochet. I like to work with the hoop close because it makes the hoop a little sturdy, so it is easier for me to work. So the first row is complete. Now for the second and final row, I'm going to turn the work. We are not going to do any chains for turning. We'll just directly flip the work over. And we are going to start with a slip stitch in the first chain 3 loop here that we have. Do a slip stitch. Now we are going to start with the first petal. So for doing the first petal, do chain 2 and then do 3 double crochets in the same chain 3 loop. Again chain 2 and then a slip stitch in the same chain 3 loop. So this is the first small petal. We are going to repeat the same petal in the next gap as well. So we are going to skip this single crochet, go in the next chain space, again do a slip stitch, chain 2, then 3 double crochets in the same 3 chain space, again chain 2 and slip stitch in the same gap. So done with 2 petals. Now for the third one, do a slip stitch in the next chain 4 gap. This time we'll do chain 3 because we are going to do the petal with triple crochets. Now start doing triple crochets here. We'll do 5 triple crochets. One, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now chain 3 to complete the petal and again slip stitch in the same gap. Now for the next petal we are going to need to do a picot. So for starting the petal, again do the same thing, slip stitch in the next 4 chain gap. Now chain 3 because again we are going to do a triple crochet petal. Now do 2 triple crochets in this gap. Now we are going to do a 3 chain picot. So do chain 3 and insert the hook in this front loop of the previous double crochet and this top vertical bar and do a slip stitch. You can do picot in any way that you prefer. I like to do it this way, so that is why I am choosing this method. You can choose any method of your choice. You just need to do a 3 chain picot. Now again 2 more triple crochets in the same chain gap. Now to finish the petal, again chain 3 and a slip stitch in the same gap. Now we'll do the central large petal. So for that, again slip stitch in the next 5 chain gap. This was a 5 chain gap. Now do chain 3, then do a triple crochet. Now do a picot. So chain 3 and a slip stitch to complete the picot. Again 2 triple crochets in the same gap. Again do a picot, chain 3 and slip stitch. Again 2 triple crochets. Do one more picot. Then one more triple crochet in the same 5 chain space. Then to finish the petal, chain 3 and a slip stitch in the same gap. So here we are done with half of the hoop. Now the second half will be the repetition. So we are going to do this petal for the picot one, then we'll do this large petal, then we'll do these 2 small petals in these last 2 gaps. So let us start with the 6th petal. So for the 6th one, go in the next chain gap, do a slip stitch, chain 3, do 2 triple crochets, then do a picot, again 2 triple crochets in the same gap, now chain 3 and a slip stitch in the same gap. Now do a slip stitch in the next gap, chain 3, now do 5 triple crochets in this, one, 2, 3, 4 and 5. To finish, do chain 3 and a slip stitch in the same gap. Now we are going to repeat the first 2 small petals in the last 2 gaps as well. So we'll do a slip stitch, chain 2, then 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 and then chain 2 and a slip stitch. Repeat the same thing in the last gap as well. Slip stitch, chain 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, then chain 2 and a slip stitch again in the same gap. Now to finish off the earring, I am just going to do a slip stitch in this first single crochet that we made of the previous round. Do a slip stitch here, so with this we are done with the crocheting of the earring. Now just cut off the thread, leaving a small tail. I have left around 5 to 6 inches long tail so that it is easy for us to weave in the ends. Now we are going to thread both of these ends one by one in the tapestry needle, and we are going to weave it in. So when you are weaving in, use the zigzag weave in method. So for zigzag method, I am going to go under a few stitches like this, and then I am going to come back in the opposite direction. This makes the weaving in a little sturdy. So when you are using the earring, the ends will not come out. Now just cut off the thread. Repeat the same thing with the other end as well. Then your earring will be ready to use. If you want, you can apply a little fabric stiffener to the earrings, because the petals will tend to curl a little. So when you're wearing them, it will be easier for you to wear them if you have them stiffened a little bit with the fabric stiffener. So here are a few examples of the earrings that I have done. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. If you liked what you learned today, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and do hit that notification button so that you do not miss out on any of the new tutorials that I put out. So this is all from my side. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to help. And thank you so much for watching, and happy crocheting. Bye bye.